Hello everyone. In this video session, I am going to show you how to design a simple BCD up-down counter. The purpose of this video just to make you clear how to use a ready-made BCD counter and also how to configure up-down counter mode and also how to start with the specific count and how to end with the specific count. This is what I am going to show it to you in a step-by-step mode. When we research about the data sheet, there are a number of data sheets are there. Especially I am going to use it. One, the IC is nothing but 74193, which is nothing but up-down counter. So I'll just add that. And we also need 7-segment display to see the results. Strictly speaking, in a real time, we need to use a 7447 BCD to 7-segment display driver to connect to the 7-segment display. Whereas in simulation, I have already a ready-made tool which is going to directly show me the 7-segment display, so that I am going to add it now. So let me select that. Yeah, this one, as you can see here, there is a directly we can give the BCD input and it is going to show me the 7-segment output. So I'm just going to choose this also. So let us just start first by experimenting with these items, then we will come back to the other items. We will add it later on. So first I am going to place the IC. And I am going to just make it, better weaving. So I'll just add a 7-segment here. See, in the 7-segment display, if you have a doubt which one is MSB and LSB, you can always test by connecting to the power and the ground terminals. See, I'm just taking a power pin and I'm trying to connect it here. When I run the simulation, I think it's not properly connected. And we will connect a ground also better. So we are connecting 3 terminals to 0 and 1 to 1. And as you can see, the output is 8. That means this is going to be the most significant bit, MSB. And these are, I can say, LSB then. Okay. So if I connect this one also to high, it should show me as a 9. That means I'm just deleting this. And if I connect this one, this is 8, 4, 2, 1 in this order. Yeah. So we got to know about this particular display now, and we should be able to connect to the IC. Okay. In IC, I believe Q3 is going to be the MSB and Q0 is going to be LSB. So let me connect first the 7-segment display. Okay. So this is the first step, connecting the output terminals to the output device. Then we should be able to read the data sheet and we should be able to find out the required configuration. Especially to make it up down, it could be somewhat easier. Whereas if you want to load a particular count, and you have to be very well aware of the configuration. So I will just show you the data sheet now. You can see this is a data sheet. And you can see the basic diagram like a logic symbol. And this quite complex internal diagram which we are not that much interested right now. Yeah, this is what you have to be very clear about these concepts, like when the counter is going to start counting and when it is going to clear and how to load the value. As you can see the timing diagram, the load is an active low signal. That means whenever this signal goes to the low, whatever the values of A, B, C, D, this value is going to be loaded into the counter. This is a step 1. Okay, this is active low signal. And as you can see in this circuit here, this is a load, pin number 11. So this is load. Okay, and once you load the value, you got again a chance up or down. And again you can see here there are 2 pins, up and down. The up and down is nothing but where you feed a clock signal. Okay, this is a clock signal. And when you look at here carefully, either this is going to be a clock signal or the other one is going to be a clock signal. You can't feed the clock signal to both the circuits. That you have to decide. And when you feed a clock signal, the other pin has to be high. It has to be kept high. Now what I'm going to do is, I'm just trying to load some values, like let me load with let's say 9. I will start the counting with the 9 and I will go for down counter first. Okay, that's what I'm going to show you first. How to do that? I have to load here the value is 9. Okay, so how I can configure 9? Again, I'm going to take a power terminal and MSB and LSB tied to 1 1. Okay, and this means 1 we need to connect here 0 0, then it has to be 1 here. Again, I'm going to take a ground pin and I'm going to connect these 2 pins to 0. That means we configure now number 9, which supposed to be loaded into the system. So as per my discussion, I told you the load pin has to be low. This is what, as per the timing diagram, the load pin has to be low. Okay, otherwise it will be in high. We have to maintain high. If you keep on maintaining on low, it won't count. For that purpose, I am trying to take some components from here, especially the push button and it's better to have a pull-up resistor. So let me take a resistor as well. Okay, so the resistor has to be connected to power, that means pull-up. The end of the resistor is connected to the positive supply, and another end we have to connect to the push button, which is supposed to be in a pull down mode. Okay, that means whenever you push a button, it should give you the low signal here. That means you are trying to load the signal, you are trying to load the count. So I am going to choose the push button now. Let me rotate so that it comes to this side. Okay, somewhere here. And I'm just placing a ground again. Okay. Now we have done with the counter preloading value, which is nothing but now 9, which we configured, plus a push button setup to load the count. Okay. And we need to provide the clock signal so that it is going to be either up or down action. And as I told you, I am going to configure the down counter. The up counter pin I have to retain as a high. Okay, so it's better to follow the rules as per the data sheet. So I'm just taking this up counter, and again, as you can see, I'm tying up with high here. Now only left with the down counter. Here I am going to feed a clock signal. Let us say there is a signal here, digital clock. So I'm just trying to feed a clock signal. Okay. and I think default it will be in 1 hertz, 1 second, so we will retain the same one. And we have done a very basic setup which can start the counting from 9 and then it repeats. It will roll over again, it will count, like all 16 states it will count. So let us check this circuit first, just by hitting on run button. Yeah, as you can see, the counting action is not happening because first let us load the value. This I have to push it. I think the MR is for reset for counting, right? Yeah, clear. This pin also we need to pull it to ground, MR. Okay, so let me connect this one to also to ground. Yeah. So now I just trying to give low signal when I start simulation. That means the value will be loaded. When I release the switch, the counter will start from 9 and it will start down counting. It's supposed to do that. Let us check that now. Yeah, you can see here it's with the 9. Now you can notice here this pin is getting a clock signal, but still the counter is not working because we are trying to always load the value, which is nothing but 9. The moment when I release this button, you can see that the counter will be start down counting. It will reach to 0, then again it will reach come to F, E. That means it's going to count the binary sequence, not a BCD. It's a binary sequence. Okay. And this will be repeating. So whenever you hit this button, again the count is going to get loaded with 9, as you can see. Okay. That means we have achieved as the first objective how to start a particular count value. That means we are able to start with the count value now 9. But we should also have a control to have an end value. That means if I want to stop counting up to a particular number, or I want to start at 9 and I want to go up to, let us say, 2. How can I do it? That means you should have some extra circuit which is going to do this reset logic. Instead of doing manually, it has to do automatically. That means whenever the count reaches to the particular value, the reset logic has to trigger such a way that it should load the count value automatically back to again original value. That means 9. So we should have some extra circuit. Now to design the reset logic, or I can say the control logic, first you have to look at the pin which you are trying to control. This is actually an active low signal, right? If you want to make an active low signal control logic, I strongly recommend you to choose a NAND gate. If you want to make an active high signal, then you can go for a AND gate. So let me choose again a NAND gate now. We can go for 4 input, and if someone you are interested to develop 2 digits, then I can even recommend 8 input. Let me show the the result with only the 8 input NAND gate. Yeah, 8 input NAND gate we have here. I think it's 7430. Yeah. So 7430. Yeah, this is the IC. So I'm going to add this now. Okay. So I'm going to place this NAND gate. Somewhere here. Okay. Now there's nothing wrong. We can connect this one over here also. The output. As you can recall the NAND gate truth table, the NAND gate is going to produce you 1 for all the conditions, and it's going to give you 0 when all the input is going to be 1, isn't it? So let us say now I want to count this one from 9 to 3. So we already configured for 9 as a start value. Now we have to do the end value. 3 means what will be the binary sequence? 0, 0, 1, 1. So I am going to pull these two signals. These two are 1, 1. Now 1, 1. We expect this one should give me 0, right? Whenever it gives me 0, immediately you can see the value 9 will get loaded into the counter. But for number 3, these two lines has to be what? These two lines is nothing but it is zeros. Now I need to convert them as a 1. How can I do it? No other way. We have to use, let us say, a NOT gate. So let me choose the NOT gate now. Okay, so we have a NOT gate. So I have to connect these two lines through the NOT gate. So let me rotate this and place it here, 1 and one more here. So we just finished off the connections. This can be kept open. Whenever we keep it open, it considers as a benefit of, the higher side. Okay. So the reset logic now it works for 0, 0, 1, 1. Please understand, whenever it comes here as a 1, 1, here 0, that means here 1, right? So whenever you get here 1, 1, 1, 1, 4 ones, the output is going to be 0. In that moment, the counter is going to reset. That means you are not going to see the number here 3. Okay, it can count up to 4. Whenever it comes 3, it will get reset automatically. So this is what the logic we have configured. Now just let us test again the circuit. See, the moment when it reaches 3, it automatically starts counting with 9. Okay, so this is how you can make a counting sequence which start with a specific value and which ends with a specific value. By changing this, the clock signal up and down plus the reset logic, you can either make it as an up counter or a down counter, and also you can change the count sequence or the number of counts. Everything can be configured. It is easily possible. I have shown this example only with the 1 digit. That means let us say 1 segment. If you want to increase the number of segments, you have to make use of these pins, and you have to read more about the data sheet, how you can cascade this particular circuit. Okay, and also the reset logic you can expand. As you can see here, there is a more number of ports. You can always expand the reset logic and you can count any numbers. For example, you want to count 90 to down counting up to 70. Yes, it is possible. Or you want to up count, let us say number 34 to 44. Everything is possible by expanding the reset logic as well as making the load circuit. Okay, hope you understand this video, and please watch, subscribe and share this video to others. Thank you very much.